4 years ago, but ZAIDI has 18 years of specialized knowledge and experience in sales and marketing across the print manufacturing, electronics, public manpower agency, and education industry sectors. Now, he specializes in strategy formulation. It's so thorough, I tell you, it's so deep. Go to his LinkedIn profile because he's pretty detailed, right? And then channel management, multi-party collaboration to drive brand awareness, all right, campaign and sales. And so ZAIDI currently holds an honors degree in business studies, business management, marketing, and related support services. I can't read them all out, but it's all there on his LinkedIn profile. He is the manager for learning and career ambassadorship for Ngee Polytechnic. And today he's going to share with us how he has excelled as a contract hire. So over to you, ZAIDI.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Aileen, for this opportunity. I'm actually quite eager to share. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Really good afternoon. Again, Aileen has done a great job introducing myself. Okay, my name is ZAIDI. I'm currently with Ngee Polytechnic, and currently I'm the Learning and Career Ambassador. I'm taking care of a team over there to taking care of the our adult learners who are learning with us in Ngee Polytechnic, right? So just roughly to touch base on the what we are offering, right, to the public members of public CET Academy. This academy itself is we are located inside Ngee Polytechnic itself. Yeah, as you know, Ngee Polytechnic is a center for our teenagers to go there to do their full-time diploma level, right? We also have a segment for specially catered for our adult learners, whether it comes to a part-time diploma, when it comes to post-diploma. We also have short courses that is offering a very wide range for skill sets, whether you are looking to upskill, reskilling, or even just to know about hobby, how to take care of your pets, and so on and so forth. We do offer that in the Polytechnic too. Also, we have another subsets of the courses, which is a work-study program. This is more catered towards the younger ones, yeah, who are fresh grads from ITE and also from Polytechnic. As we know, as is the past 2 years, the government has introduced the SG United Skills program. We do offer that programs over in Ngee Polytechnic, and it will be ending quite soon, somewhere next month. So we do offer that, and also we'll assist these trainees to facilitate them with the job. Ngee Polytechnic offers courses for adult learners for them to continue to build and deepen their skills and to be competent throughout their career. It doesn't mean that once you leave your school days, you leave your learning there. Actually, you can continue on learning as you work along your career journey. So this is one big question. Yeah? Just now I saw quite a number of them from the Metameter who are asking about, is contract hire synchronous to unwanted hire? So before I share my experience, let me give you some feedback of what has government or we have faced for a couple of years since the pandemic happens in 2020. Right. This is an article I extract from the Straits Times. This is dated back in 2020. Yeah, 2020. This is article is saying that in the beginning, where we know that businesses are affected, our government has been publishing money to enhance our businesses to employ temporary works, right? So I'll carry on to the next page. Sorry. Give me a moment. The next page, this is the most recent article coming from Straits Times in 2021, late 2021. It says that more and more activities are changing to online, and businesses have to pivot from brick-and-mortar shops to digital platform and adapt to the new normal. What this means here is that there are more businesses shifting. As they shift, they do need manpower. They do need skills worker, and they do need experienced people to move the work for them. Yeah, whether it's SME or whether it's MXC. So they do need people as we move along, the economy moves along. Right? So this is again a survey that's been done by Kelly OCG, which is a consultant company. In globally, it is mentioned that 65% of global managers surveyed says that the gig economy is fast becoming the standard for how organizations manage their workflow. So this is, of course, as overall as what Elaine has mentioned, of course, it reduced the costing of the company. As much as the companies are facing very much suffering of their costing, they do need to bring down their overhead costing. So as you look at the table over on the left-hand side, you see Singapore, right? Job seekers today are more likely to seek flexibility contract roles than permanent full-time roles. As you see in the blue colors for Singapore, 47% actually agreed to that. Yeah, compared to the to 37%, which is disagree. If you look at the rest of the countries right above and below, Hong Kong will be the lead. More than 50% of them do agree on flexibility of contract rules. Right. So let me go down to here. So this is what I extracted from the 2021 Labor Insight. Yeah, based on the total overall jobs that are available out for individuals to apply. This is just based on Singapore. 345,000 jobs. Yeah, 3,400 jobs are related to contract hire, which is an 107% increase compared to the previous year, 2020. Number two will be a mean salary. The mean salary is the average salary here, right? 3,008, about that, which is 15% up from 2020. Number three will be this, the industry that actually been hiring most of these contract hires. So now the public services, in finance, and also in education. And number four, you can see that 43% of these jobs require a degree with a 3 years working experience. This is just of their requirement in some of these jobs. And number five are most of the jobs role. Who are they looking out for? QS, quantity surveyor, project manager, administration, human resource, engineer. There's a various sectors of engineer here. Business analysis, accountants. These are just top 5 of the jobs under the contract hire, which they are looking out for, right? So if you look forward, as I mentioned just now, based number 1, right? Based on number 1, it does mention that about 345,000 jobs available for under contract hire, which is actually comprised of 20% of our workforce just last year. This is a tremendous increase, which means to say that companies actually really looking out for experienced people. Right? If you look at the point number 4 here, 3 years work experience and above. So even for myself, I want to share with you, as Elaine has mentioned just so much earlier, 18 years of working experience from various companies. Before I left the company, firstly I joined, after I left my corporate world, I joined the public sector immediately. It was a challenge. I must say it was a challenge. It was mind-boggling. It was a challenge, but I came with a very open mindset. I wanted to learn. I wanted to shift. So I came in, I took up the job. The salary is, of course, is not to my expectation initially, but actually with the positive mindset that I do have, it really helps me. Right? It really helps me to move forward. That's what Elaine has mentioned about the push and pull factor. It works really well for me. Right? I do understand when I go into the public sector, the jobs was more or less, I don't meet the requirement, but actually the opportunities was there given to me. Opportunity was there, and what motivate me to wake up every day to go to work was that the unity in the company itself. I do have good reporting officer. I do have a very, very good team that is we move together as one. I don't feel in isolation back then. Yes, it included me with, from lunch, from meeting, small discussion over coffee kind of thing. You feel as one, even though there are quite a number of contract workers inside there, but we work as one. What happened was that was just when I first joined the public sector, it was a fixed term. Yeah, it's fixed term. There's no opportunity for me to be able to extend. But because I do have a very positive mindset, right? I do understand of my skill gap. And during that period, I took it as a learning for me to upskill myself, to learn a bit more so that I can progress on into the role that I'm currently doing now as a career advisor in Ngee Poly. I didn't start at Ngee Poly immediately. It was after I left that. Corporate roles, they are advantages of a contract hires, right? Number one here, to gain different skills and knowledge, enhance your new skills and knowledge. What I mean here is that if you are looking at an opportunity to do a career switch, that's what I did. From a sales and marketing background, business development background, your skill sets are there. And I go into career practitioner. There are a lot of skill sets that I can use in my current job role. Customer service, marketing, sales, business development, communication, of course, is one thing. The only thing that is depth, of course, career services. That's where during the time of my early days in contracting, I pick up the skills. I go for courses, small courses, short courses, just to pick up from there. And when I joined Ngee Polytechnic in 2020, it was is a new setup. And I'm the first one to join. And I was given the opportunity to set up that department. It was a great opportunity for me, I must say. That is where I learned, as Eileen was mentioned just now, you make mistakes, you learn from there. You learn, of course you learn along the way. The company, I mean, currently, even though I'm still a non-contract, but there were a lot of opportunity for me to go for courses. The company sponsored me to go for the courses for me to learn, because they do see the need, the skill sets I do have, contribute onto the skill sets, you contribute onto the business, you contribute ideas onto the business, and so on and so forth. So your bosses or your reporting, your managers would see that, hey, this person has the skill sets, we can develop it even further, right? And I do see also during my current days, some of them has been converted even into a perm role because they do see the business skills. It doesn't mean that if you are once a contract, you cannot transit into perm. Opportunity is there.
I think you mentioned about this, and there's a question if one has qualifications, if one has qualifications but don't have 3 years of work experience, is contract hire still suitable?
Yes, yes. As I mentioned just now, was this my first contract role after I left my corporate? As I mentioned just now, right? I do not need their qualification, but
I know you mentioned that.
Yeah, I was given a chance. So because I believe the person who hired me, because sees my positivity, the poll is coming up with gain different skills and knowledge.
This is perfect, right? I mean, you're paid some kind of money while you're picking up the knowledge. However, it's not for everyone, all right? It's not for everyone, because the employer who brings you on is actually betting on you. Yeah. Okay.
True, very true. But it's especially gaining skills and knowledge. 2020, when pandemic happened, a lot of people were affected, lost their jobs, and they go to certain kind of skill sets up, right? SGUS, SGUP, those kind of skill sets. But a lot of people go for these skill sets, going upgrade themselves. And majority of them were looking to pivoting to totally to a different industry and totally to a different job role. So contract will give you a firm understanding to yourself, for yourself, to know whether this is the kind of job that you want to do.
Very nice.
It is a very suitable ground for you to learn. For example, if you are coming from, for example, administration, you'll be doing admin all the while, then pandemic happened, affected you, and you went for a data analytic course, for example.
Yeah.
Right? You learn through a 6 months course, and you want to give it a try, that skill set that you have acquired. You will go into a junior analysis role, right? 6 months contract or 1 year contract. That is the period where actually you put in the new skill sets. Now to test yourself, is this for me? Is this for
it's
me?
really good.
Yeah. It works
I
for
think,
me. It works for me. Some of the questions here.
okay.
If I may reply to one, yeah. Does contract hire equate to part-time and ad hoc? Well, it depends. I think it depends on the requirement of the job. I think it's very much depending on the requirement. Of course, if you are comfortable looking for a part-time job, for example, only working in the daytime because you have family commitment or some other commitment, it's fair enough. I mean, that if that's suitable, suits you well. Yeah, I mean, it's fair. It's fair. Right. Okay,
Yeah.
question number 2 here. Will employers view contract hirers job hoppers if they
I
have
like that
multiple
one.
jobs contract on job history?
Yeah. That's the question on Menti. I really like that question. Will the
Yes.
employer view the job hoppers, right? Contract hires and job hoppers. Haha.
I do help job seekers in Ngee Polytechnic. I mean, they are our students, right? So majority of them are contract hire, 1 year. So I'm trying to understand why actually. But when I look at the skill sets, it's the same. So if you're looking at jobs that are the next stop may be administrative with the same role as what you previously left, if you can explain that, say, well, I work as a contract, it's a fixed term, and you share with them that it's a contract basis, I don't see any issues to that.
Very nice.
Hopefully I answered that well. On number 2 here, ability to work in different types of job and to find one that fits your career passion, right? This is again very much related to point number 1 if you are doing a job switch. Because if you have been working many years in a Japanese firm, like for myself, right? A Japanese firm since day 1 until I left the company, Japanese firm one after another. And if I suddenly join into the government sector, you're not too sure whether that is for you, that is for me. But I give it a try. If I don't try, I will not know. So I give it a shot. I find it, hey, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. With a positive mindset, I can do this. Right, to find the culture fit. But first, pointer number 3, flexible schedule. It all depends on the individual. Again, flexible schedule. If you are, of course, contract basis, sometimes you work from within the time frame. I mean, within a day to produce the project that you are supposed to complete. But at the same time, also, if you look at it, if you know your skill gap, you can take that time where you're off after office hours to reskill, to learn some skills from there. That's what I did during my first few months while I was in contract. I pick up some skills from there, short courses to learn by myself, to go for courses that for me to upskill myself, to learn even more deeper. That's what I'm doing currently as a career advisor. And the last point here, develop more resilience and adaptability. I think this is more to the mindset. If, of course, the more different organization and different industry that you go to, you become very much more resilient to the adaptable to the environment, adaptable to the different culture, and adaptable to the work. No issue to that. Okay, things you ought to do while working as a contract hire. This is based on my experience. Yeah, this is based on my experience. Of course, the first point here, network. Networking is important. Networking, it doesn't mean that only for businesses to businesses. With your colleagues, with your supervisors, have a coffee time with them, go lunch once in a while with them, kind of thing. Make friends within the organization so that they would know you better, and they will know your skill sets even deeper. That's what Eileen has mentioned much earlier, right?
Yeah,
So
right.
actually building your branding, who
Yeah,
you
right.
are as a person. For example, I'm ZAIDI. When I'm first in my first contract, right, they only know me as this set, 1 to 10. They do not know me from 11 to 900, for example. But when you are interacting with them, telling them a bit of yourself, a bit of your, you're putting a bit of your idea during the project discussion, they will say, hey, this person can do even more. So push your boundaries, give your ideas through your working experience. That's the best, because your boss or your other colleagues around you may not know you beyond your resume that is given. This contract was suitable for those who are trained with the skills but not experienced in the role that you applying for. Which means to say, am I right to say that you do have the skills but do not have the experience? Am I right? Well, I think it depends on the job requirement. Yeah, very much depend on the job requirement. I'm not able to go deeper because it depends on the environment and so the job requirement. But of course, if you do have the skill sets, if the job requirement, for example, the job description says that you do need about 3 years or 5 years of working experience in that particular role, right? And you only have just starting, it may not be a good idea. I must say, it may not be a good idea. Perhaps you want to shift again to take a look, which is very similar to the jobs and also the requirement by the jobs. So, yeah. Right. Perhaps I go to my next point here, build your skills. Right, build your skills here. Again, what is that since I pivot my careers from sales and marketing into career practitioner, was that during my free time during that period, I build my skills. Right, I go for courses to build my competency in order for me to perform my job well. Right. And at the same time, also the company sends me courses. I try to learn as much as I can to understand and also to do what I've learned during my courses in my job, so that you perform well, it looks well on you, it boils down again to your branding, personal branding. Yeah. Right, and also to build up it helps to build up your resume better. Yeah. Point number 3 here, contribute ideas and experiences. Ideas, usually doesn't only comes by individual, by one person. Usually working as a team, you start to brainstorm, pour in ideas. Hey, if this doesn't work, what happened? Based, of course, most of us here are experienced worker. You have been working for years. So sometimes companies or even juniors, colleague may not have the same experience as you. Like approaching those customers who are matured customers. How do I do that? Juniors colleague may not understand our elderly. How do we approach from there? So those who have been working for years or have been doing customer surveys, it is a good idea to give in your ideas and experience from it. So it helps me a lot during this period. Yeah, giving in your ideas. And last but not least, the most important of all, have a very positive mindset. Right, coming to work, sometimes you do have your good days, you do have your bad days. We are all human here, right? We are all human here. So at times, you drag yourself coming to work, and some of you are very happy coming to work. But for myself, I keep myself positive. Very positive mindset, so that actually with a positive mindset, you are healthier and you are able to contribute and also go to work very positively and more happy in life. Yeah. So that is just 4 small tips coming from me, having worked as a contract hire. I remember one of the interviewer asking me this question, my first contract job. That was the last question it was given to me. My answer is, well, I have to listen to what the other parties have to share first. Listen to it. If it's true, I will take it. Yes, I'm sorry. I will apologize. But if it's not true, I won't fight it back. I say, well, you have your view, I have my view, but I will do it as a learning for me. The most important thing for me is I move on, I move forward. Even though my steps are small steps, baby steps, I move forward. Yeah. Again, for example, positive mindset. Very true. Yeah, it's very true. Be open to listen to those of different perspectives. Yeah. That's right. It's not easy. I totally agree with you, Grace. It's not easy. Yeah, it's not easy. For best of course, there's many a times I have to eat the humble pie. many a times. But again, you learn from there. You learn a mistake. Of course, if that organization is not for you, you move on. There will be 100 more waiting for you. Okay. If I can continue on the fixed term contract.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gone through that fixed term contract. When I first joined Ngee Polytechnic, it was a fixed term contract, 1 year fixed term contract, and I'm going to my 3rd year already. So actually, it's continue on. There are opportunities for you to move, carry on. Should there be business continuity for that? But at the same time, if your contract really ends from there, meaning there's no more continuity into that, there are opportunities for you even to move yourself internally to job opportunities. Yeah, boils down to your branding, your personal branding, again, and your networking. How well you network with your bosses, with your colleagues internally, so that actually easy for you to transit from one job to another job or department to another department. There are opportunities.